Big up, everybody. It's Mick
Big up.
Ruby and your boy
Big up.
Mark. You know what it is, guys. Smash the
What
like,
is it?
and of course, I'm always late as usual. Trini time. I swore I set the stream for X time, but you know, apparently I'm 10 minutes
You're
late.
a disgrace. You're a disgrace.
Apologies from me and Mick. It's my fault.
Why should I
apologize?
apologize?
I put my hands up.
Hands up.
Big up to Aaron in the
Marky,
building.
hands up. Hey, I will sing you some. Hands up, Marky, hands up. Give me your apology. Your apology. Yeah, come on. I'm sitting here like waiting, waiting and drinking. Hang on a second. I'm starting to get gray hairs like Mark. What's going on here?
Mine's starting to turn black again. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Like there's some kind of thing happening in the air. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. You know what I mean? Big up to Lumen. Of course, I'm trying not to be the villain of the scene right now, but you know how it goes. Mick, how you been, bro?
Yep.
We
I
don't
just
see each
arrived,
other as
basically.
often as we'd like, but I know it's a fun
I just
time
arrived
when
from
we meet up.
Oh, bro, I am super tired. I had a long flight. I just arrived from Cambodia and did some travel footballing content. Went to the killing fields, some sites, tasted some local, cuisines, and spoke to some interesting Man United fans. So I'm going to be editing that video and release it. Hopefully. So, I'm good. Looking at what we are 15th of January, halfway through the, transfer window. We've seen lots of reports regarding Rashford. Where is it going? AC Milan. Give me some AC, man. AC, because it's getting hot in here, man.
I don't know. Hopefully we see some interesting developments in the next couple hours. Yeah,
Yep.
For me, I would like to see him, make a move. I think it will be best for the club, best for all things happening, best for Amorim, best for the player. It's not that he's not a talented player. He has bags of talent and ability, but something is not right. Maybe his head is not in it. Maybe he needs a new environment. These kind of things happen. He's been here 10 seasons.
No, but he's out. He's out.
You know what I mean?
Obviously being kept out 7 games now, like been out of the squad. Yesterday he was posting something, doing training. He wasn't in Carrington like in the gym. He was on his bike. And I felt like writing a comment like, okay, Rashford, get on your bike, get off. But listen, at the end of the day, it's going to happen. Where it's going to go, really, I don't really care. We need to move on. We're playing Southampton tomorrow, and Ruben Amorim is probably going to get a lot of those gash questions. Melissa Reddy is in there. They're already sharpening the knives. They're going to ask the question about Rashford. What about the Garnacho transfer rumors? Apparently, it's all his agents that's driving the stories. I want to find out why is his agent doing that.
Yeah, let's see, because there have been lots of reports happening around both him and Garnacho recently. Some are agent-driven, some are actual reality. Let's see what they say. Let's hear what the manager says, because we know he's going to be asked quite a few questions about Garnacho, about Marcus Rashford leaving, probably even Anthony. There are reports that Saudi is offering a loan deal for Anthony. But
listen,
what can I
I'm going to
say?
ask you a question.
Can't force a player to go there.
I'm a realist, so I'm going to ask you. There's 3 attackers going out the window. There's no way in hell they're going to sanction that deal. Like, if Rashford's going, you can't get rid of Anthony and Garnacho. What are you going to play with? That's a lot of
anything
BS.
left. I mean, we do have to bring in a player if they have someone ready to come in. Maybe I wouldn't say no, but are they going to bring in something? Can we guarantee they bring in an attacker to replace Garnacho, Anthony, and Rashford?
Even if they do, they're going to take time to, get warm into the shirt and the environment. And by the time they're warmed up and ready, the season is over. I mean, the only one that was hit the ground running in January was Bruno. He did it immaculate, So I'm questioning. I'm following it with anticipation.
We definitely have to question, Mick. We definitely have to question. It's going to be one of those things. I feel like hopefully we get some clarity. We get a lot of information on what's happening. Hopefully it's not a situation where we're too worried. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not too worried. I mean, the only thing is what I am looking forward to tomorrow's game, of course. We've done well now. We are not suffering anymore like Ruben's suffering, right? So tomorrow is a lesser team, Southampton. I want to see mentality. I want to see tap out choke. The guillotine choke straight away. Don't go like complacency because it's Southampton. Come on, we've done brilliantly against Arsenal, City, Liverpool. Come on. This is no out of discussion. Go in there at Old Trafford, minute 1, just go for the kill. 2-0 up, in first half and kill the game. 4-0.
Yeah, it will be. The manager's press conference is getting ready to start, guys.
Yeah, let's
So
find
we're gonna
out.
bring it
Ooh.
live to you guys. Let's hear what the manager has to say as we get ready to face Southampton. It's going to be very interesting transfer news.
Ruben, you said to us before that you didn't have a problem getting up for really, really big games against big opponents, but doing it game after game after game is an issue. Does that mean you're concerned about playing Southampton tomorrow because they're obviously not having the greatest season?
Yeah, I'm always concerned because we didn't have during these games the consistency in performance, in results. So I'm always worried. It's my job to be worried. But we have to face the Southampton in the same way that we face Liverpool and Arsenal, for example. So that is the goal. Not more, not less. Face that game, but understanding that they are different games and people expect us to win, and that changes things. When you have the pressure to win, that is the pressure that we want, and sometimes it's harder to cope with that pressure, because against Arsenal and Liverpool no one was expecting us to beat that team.
Exactly.
But now it's different, so we have to be prepared for that pressure. We need that pressure to improve as a team, and we need to face the game in the right way.
Before Gareth Southgate became England manager, people used to talk about the weight of the England shirt, and that was why the team never did as well as the ability of the players. Does that have an impact at a club like Manchester United that has been used to winning so much, that the demands are so high, yet the reality is different?
I think we. Of course, this is, you feel the pressure of the club, but in this moment, I think I don't feel that pressure, because in the last years we didn't won the league, and you can understand, if you follow this club in the past, if you don't win one year the league, you must win in the next year. I don't feel that pressure. We have to bring that pressure to us, because outside the fans are amazing. I don't read what you wrote, guys, so I don't feel that pressure. I just want to win, and to feel that pressure in the future. We need to win. We need to win titles, and we need to win games. In this moment, we just have to win games.
Ruben, how much have you learned about the character of your players, especially over these last 2 games? Looking ahead to this Southampton, what can you draw from these last 2 experiences?
I think this next game will teach me more from my players than the last 2. So I'm really focused on to see what kind of game we are going to play tomorrow. So I will learn more tomorrow.
Just on that, can you see why would you learn more then?
Like I said, because there is no expectation for us in the last 2 games. No one believes that we can do a great performance or winning a game. But now they are expecting us to win and to play well. So I will learn more this game.
You will learn more.
Facts.
And that's last time with this one as well. But how much would you like to see a resolution with this situation, as far as where it's at, what's going on at the moment?
I just want to win tomorrow. My focus is to win tomorrow. I will choose the players that I think they are the best to win the game tomorrow. So I'm just focused on that.
Yeah. Lovely.
Ruben, talking about the sort of pressure of tomorrow, 2 big results against teams where you maybe had to soak up pressure. How different does the performance need to be in a game where you're expected to take the initiative?
Good question.
It's different because I think the most difficult thing to train in one team is the way you build with the ball. And we, in the final third, the way we play, you create situation. That is what a big team should do very well. But for that, we need also time to train. And I think we have for a long time a lack of goals. And because we don't spend a lot of time during games in the last third with the ball. We did it against Nottingham, also Bournemouth. We have situations, but we need to improve in that part of the game. And I understand that in this moment is okay to play like that against. We divide the game against Liverpool, but Arsenal we wait for the game. We wait for the opportunity. And in the future, you cannot play like that. And I know that, but we need time to build a different way of playing. Now we are focused on different things. And then in the future, we are going to focus a lot on that. But this game, the fans will expect more from us. And we have to deliver or try. But the most important thing is to fight in the game and to play the game. Yeah. And in the end, win the game.
Last question in this section, Devin. Do you think with the last two performances that you've turned a significant corner in terms of the development of the team and where you're heading?
We'll see tomorrow. I think tomorrow will tell us more from our team than the last two games. So let's wait until tomorrow.
Given the performances of Bayindir and Goal and Collier coming on as a sub, has he given you a selection headache for Southampton?
A lot of players had to think this week. Toby is training really well. He has a lot of pace. He likes to learn, so it's one more option for tomorrow.
Brilliant.
That's it for now. But join us.
That's it. Surprised? Nothing about Rashford questions or any transfer-related rumors. It was strictly down to the game, the team, and the overarching mentality in terms of, we're playing at Old Trafford. And one thing that I took away was question number 4, when he said, we've been sitting back and we were not being favorites to win anyway. We had no expectations, but now we're expecting to lead. So it's instantly dancing with the stars. You've been not leading the dancer. Normally a guy leads the dance, Mark, leading the woman. But in this instances, they've been leading us and we've been absorbing pressure and we had no pressure and we played our game. But now it's different because now the tables are turned and we're expecting to dance and lead and box and fight. Yeah? Throw punches.
I think the manager pretty much summed it up as it is. He's not really pulling any punches. He's not really holding anything back. He's not trying to make it sound better than it is. I was mostly impressed by his response to the question, about the teams not being up for every game and stuff like that. I've not seen your channel thing, bro. Normally it's in the chat. Ruben says it's his concern. It's not his concern because we don't have the necessary consistency, but now the goal is the next game, nothing more, nothing less. When you understand the game and what it brings, we have to be prepared because, with this pressure to win now, it's an impact that we must actually perform because before we didn't have pressure to perform against Liverpool or against Arsenal. We were expected to lose those games. So how the players get up and rock up? That was important.
But there's a question in my mind that I've been thinking about a long time. Why is it so? The pressure is the shirt so heavy at Old Trafford? Is the pressure much more amplified because the fans' demands, right? Is that kind of piling on the mentality of the players when they play at Old Trafford?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe, at the same time, I feel like
they're afraid of making mistakes, or
That's why I feel like the manager being a much more how should I say interpersonal manager. He seems like more expressive, more able to convey a message. It's good for the team because for me, a long time I feel like we've been going through some struggles, various different struggles, and the team itself, having issues. Now that we don't have talented or players with ability, but the confidence is super low in a lot of the players. maybe we need to support them a little more. And I think that's one of the messages this manager has been talking about for a while. He's like, the players haven't performed well, yeah, but they're working hard in training. Show them a little support because they are working hard. And I think that's why he stresses to explain, some players are working hard in training.
Yeah, no, there was a question number 5, after considering all these things, all the success, do you think he turned it around? And he said pretty much, we see tomorrow. And that's like, he didn't want to sort of bigging it up, like, action speaks louder than the words. And that's what I like here. Like, we will see tomorrow for sure. Because he knows that, he had more time training with the players. He was asked about Toby Collier, by Yandir and all that thing. And he's pretty much speaking of collective unit. Now, I certainly believe that Collier has been magical since he came in. Like, he did fantastically well. And I said, like, don't send him on a loan, please, because there was some rumors that he's going on a loan. But Collier, he did a massive performance and an audition and basically said he's got a lot of pace. He's still learning. He's listening. And that's what I like.
Yeah, I think we could start giving some emphasis on the fact that, this manager is a new manager. Even though there are a few players that came under the manager previously, they deserve sort of in some cases, a fresh start. I think he's been trying to give them to most of the players. As you can see, he keeps saying that if there's a culture, there's expectation from him, from the players, a certain performance, certain levels in training. And if you're not there, then you won't be in team selection for him. And I think, this is where we, as fans who back this new manager, we need to come up and stand with him and support the players who are getting into his squad weekly or even on the substitute bench.
I guess the big test is, can you lead the game? Like, because you've not been leading the dance. So he will say it's how you build it with the ball, play, control the game, being attacking more than just observing the pressure and just hitting on the break and X, Y, Z. But I think that lately we've been playing really well, like controlled against City, against Liverpool, how we were beating the press, playing out from the back. Of course, when Bayande played, he was a little bit nervous. So that was his distribution was shot stopping was great, but the distribution went like
was a little bit scattergun. I think is something like that he was saying. I feel like I like that about the manager. Praise the player, but also knock them a peg down. It's like give a bit, but expect more. You know what I mean? I feel like this is how we should be with the players. Players they are talented bunch. Of course, they're going to deliver some games. Of course, some games they will be the man of the match. Of course, some games they might not have a good game. You know what I mean?
Like,
but it was still
in a way, like you bring them up a little bit on the pedestal, but tear them down quickly to say, "Hey, be humble."
I wouldn't say tear them down.
No, but listen, that was the shocking response. My reaction against the Liverpool game when we walked away with 2-2, and he was fuming, pissed off. He didn't praise. He said, "Yeah, I'm angry. Where have this performance been?" So that's pretty much like, bring them up, but pull them down straight away and say, listen, you guys have to do that week in and week out. I don't care if it's Liverpool, Arsenal, City. This is Southampton. You got to do this now.
100. And we've been talking about this for months, Mick. Remember, we keep talking about the performance levels, the effort levels of these players not consistent week in, week out. And if it was to be consistent week in, week out, we would have better performances. And finally, I mean, I don't think the other manager didn't notice this, but finally, Ruben Amorim, he speaks out on this in agreement. It's like, for him, the levels that we showed against Liverpool, where were they before? And it's not to say that he doesn't see them in training, but he wasn't seeing them on the pitch.
Now, one thing that's been constantly coming up in his interviews is suffer. We need to suffer. And I was thinking, why are you saying suffer? Yes, if you really want something, you have to suffer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the more you suffer, the more you want,
Exactly. You work hard, you work hard, and you will be suffering in those times. Like, imagine having to work, learn Deutsch, 4 hours a day. You have an exam, you have to continuously doing this week in, week out. Still love to watch Man United. It's be stressful.
That's why I call him Ruben Suffering.
Exactly. I think the manager, I mean, from the perspective of the manager, these players have everything facilitated that they should have the best, you know what I mean? They have the best possible starting point week in, week out when they come to training, when they come to games. What he expects is them to show now their efforts for being rewarded, having the best possible situation. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's asking too much from the players. I feel like he's asking the bare minimum. I feel like it's one of those things where a lot of fans are worried about this particular game Mick, against Southampton, because they're worried that this might be a banana skin. And I'm
Banana,
from the perspective, positive optimist. We're gonna win. I would be more worried about a Crystal Palace or more higher ones up to the table, closer to 10th. Like
when the
top,
tables
the
is turned,
15 to
like
10th.
a wounded animal is the most dangerous animal, because you never know it's going to strike. So we've been the wounded animal and having no expectation, no pressure. But all of a sudden the tables turned. We are the hunter now. Before we were the hunted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be damn interesting to see how we rock up tomorrow and have that mentality. What I said, like, treated like an MMA fight in the first round, just going for the guillotine choke and make them tap out. That's what I want to see.
I think that's interesting, Mick. We definitely need to be coming out, full gauntlets. We don't have to be all guns blazing in the first 10 minutes, but we definitely need to show a strong start, maintain the tempo, try to control the game as best we can, you know what I mean? And score goals. The manager said it, we spoke about it. It's been a problem that we've been having for a long time. Clinicality. You know what I mean?
Clinicality. And the roughness is what I like. Like, we're acting like we are prime Roy Keanes in the midfield. And you know what I mean? Just, you shall not pass. Like, Ugarte, X, Y, Z. Everyone is up for the fight, taking fouls, playing a little bit dirty. I like that. I really like that. You saw lip service on Harry Maguire, what he said to Kai Havertz. You dirty cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like we need those things, those kind of characters in the team. It might not be, people always talk about it, right? We miss our Roy Keane. Look at Ugarte. I think he represents that. People say we missed Vidic. Martinez is here. I feel like certain characters is vital to a Man United
certain characters
team.
will polarize the team in a way. You will sort of rub off. Like if somebody's showing grit, determination, and fight, like on Ugarte, the whole team will have been inspired and fight. You saw the scruff against Arsenal, what everyone was going into that scruff. Garnacho just pulled and,
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. And, these are moments that build teams, make them stronger as a team, as a unit together, as one. And I feel like we're starting to move in that direction of team. And we have talented individuals in the team. So once we become a team, I think the talent and the brilliance of those individuals will start to shine through even more. It's more about being a little bit patient.
Move like Jagger, and we stab with the dagger. Yeah.
I know about the stabbing with the daggers.
No, I'm sorry. YouTube algorithm, forgive me. We have legends in the house. Jack Reach is in the house. We have Paul S. from Canada. No, not Canada. Texas.
Texas in the building.
Texas
Big
in the
up
building.
down in Texas, my bro.
Yow.
Best steaks I've had when I was in the States. That's much I have to say.
Yeah, man. Fred the Red is here. Hi, guys. Eminem's in the building.
Big up to Fred the Red as usual.
Listen, I was bloody shocked that there was no questions regarding Rashford, right? Or anything regarding transfers. Maybe they've been told you're not allowed to ask those questions.
Maybe, but there's a second section to the press conference. Maybe in the second half that is going to be aired at 10 p.m. tonight. We might be able to hear some extras. We'll shout out to you guys. Of course, Mick is going to give you an update on that. So be sure to check out Mufc RealistTV. He will definitely be giving you an update on the full press conference when the other half is aired. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure there were at least one question on each of those players. But I think since the last press conference when he said, guys, come on, ask me questions about the match, the Arsenal game.
Don't waste my time,
more of him letting them know, listen, the reason I'm here is to talk about the game at hand. We can ask those other questions as well, by the by. But the main topic is the match ahead. Focus there.
On the other hand, we have multiple reports on Twitter. Melissa Reddy coming out to say Marcus Rashford brother agent Wayne Winard is set to engage Man United over potential proposals for the forward's exit. So they've been doing the tour and they've been speaking to AC Milan, Barcelona, Dortmund, and listen, there was some rumors that Ten Hag is going to Dortmund, so I don't think so. Dortmund, Rashford to Ten Hag, that'll be
you never know. People said that
And
was his favorite.
yeah, and Demazio saying today is a decisive day for Marcus Rashford's future, according to Demazio. Then furthermore, Ben Jacobs saying that he's more advanced to go to AC Milan. Of course, they did the tour. They was pampered. They were sold the project. You're gonna be the main man, massaging his ego, and that's what he needs. He needs a little bit of a love, because obviously he doesn't get any love anymore from Man United fans. So where he's going to get more social media interactions and love and stuff like that. But from United standpoint, they're more interested to hear which club will offer us the full wages. Barcelona, AC Milan, will you do it? And then potentially what we did with Sancho with Chelsea, loan with obligation to buy in summer, solving the problem.
I mean, I think that's the right way to go. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think you want to embarrass Marcus Rashford in any way, and it's one of those situations where he's a top player. He's been a club academy graduate as well. He's been here for the longest while. You want him to leave on as best terms as possible. You want him to succeed as well, because at the end of the day, while it might not be the best situation currently for him in Man United right now in this moment, doesn't mean that he can't go into a new environment and refine that love for football that he once had. I feel like, this is no testament to say that he's a terrible player. It's just that maybe it's just been not his time at United.
You got to do Breaking Bad.
On.
You got to do like the movie Breaking Bad. You got to break your bad habits, and potentially you need to rediscover yourself. Apparently, he wants to go to Barcelona. This is his favorite move. Who wouldn't go to La Champla over there or Milan? It's a great change of scenery to break the bad. But if you want to break bad, break away from the entourage that's been influencing you, negativity. You became more of a pop star icon or rap star off the field than actually a footballer, right? So who is Marcus Rashford? What is your identity? What you want to do? You look around the squad, everyone is married, have kids. Garnacho, 20, has a wife and a child. He's a bachelor on 27 years old, still living it up large. And at the end of the day, man, wherever he goes, hope he refines his form and we get some money for him. Or if not, come back and play for United if you really want it, right?
Yeah.
But what Ruben Amorim said, if you want it, it's down to Rashford to show it. He said it early in this first press conference as well. It's down to Marcus.
It's down to Marcus. At the end of the day, as much as we blame managers, because at the end of the day, they're ultimately responsible for team selection and the players that they select and who starts. We still have to look at players' responsibility, and I will continue to say this. A player must come to United with 3 goals in mind. I want to win the Premier League, I want to win the Champions League, and I want to be one of the best players in my position in the world football. Not just be one of the best players in the Premier League. I want to be. You have to want these things, because Man United is not at the size of a Brighton. No disrespect to Brighton, no disrespect to those other clubs. They're all top clubs, but United are in that upper echelon of elite, like a Real Madrid, as we mentioned, in the same category. To come here, you need to be of the very best and brightest. You need to have the very highest goals.
Let's bring him back. What we said. Rashford definitely looks like he's out of the door. Garnacho, speculations, was his agent. The Man United wants minimum 70 million euros for him. We are looking to potentially offload also Anthony. So we can't get rid of 3, wingers or strikers, attackers. This is impossible, right? Something's got to be sanctioned, right? I don't think the Garnacho will go anywhere, in my opinion. And I spoke to Alfredo Padula. They did inquirement. They put a cheeky, okay, we are willing to offer you that. Man United will not move that needle unless it's over 60 million pounds.
100, as they should. Paul S is saying, if Garnacho is sold, we don't think he will be as well, bro. United will regret not having a mature Garnacho in a year or 2. A few years, he said. For me particularly, I think in 1 year, maybe in September, December, it's going to be a different level.
Yeah,
that's just me.
He might be one of the players, like everyone is now looking at an Elanga to say, why did we sell Elanga now? He's becoming a world beater. Look at that. This kind of a player that you might regret getting rid of, like Pelistri, and certain players didn't get a chance. Arguably to say that Ten Hag wanted to get rid of Ahmad, and look what happened. Like, he got a little bit of a chance, proved that he is worth his place in the squad, and that's about it. So, Tutto Mercato web claims Juventus midfield Douglas Luiz is open to joining United this month. I would take that.
Yeah, we could check out the article right here and see what
Yeah,
they're saying.
yeah.
I mean,
I read that article too.
I haven't really read it yet, but I saw it. I saw it this morning.
We've
and I
been
was
linked
like,
to him before. Yeah,
it would be an
minutes.
interesting deal for me. Douglas Luiz is an interesting player. I mean, I won't pay 60 million for this guy, but
On
definitely
the season alone.
I'd take him on loan any day. He would definitely improve our midfield. I mean, when they have Ugarte
Okay.
to rotate.
Did you hear
with him,
about yesterday's Chilwell links? And I was like, get out of here. All right. This bro is cousin with Luke Shaw. His injury record is more higher.
I mean, I'm not a fan. I've never been. So I won't sit here and say Ben Chilwell, whoopee ding. I'm gonna sit here and say, damn, that's disappointing. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so many much different options we could go at. Even this guy who's I think at Southampton right now, his contract is about to be up. We could even get this guy on a loan or a 6 months contract. I keep forgetting his name. Walker Peters. I would take him before I take Ben Chilwell. But at the end of the day, you're always gonna get linked to players that are on the way out of a club, or there's always some rumor. Especially the likes of a Ben Chilwell. It's the English connection, the taxes there heavy. Not that I mind or anything, but he's just not that player.
Big up Gamer TV for providing us your info. You can remove Gamer's comment there because we can't see your face there, man. So
my bad. Big up to Gamer TV.
Yeah. So yeah, I read this article as well, and of course we've been linked to Douglas Luiz open to join Man United this month. That's a seasonal loan. That is. But the question what everyone is asking is, what in earth is going on regarding the left wing back situation? Are we getting anything? Fabrizio Romano has been talking about it quite a lot, like for at least past 8 months. We're looking for something in the range of 20-25 million pounds. Milos Kerkez, not hearing much about it. I think the most plausible thing what United can do here is just go to Benfica, bring back Alvaro, pay 16.8 million, and that's it. Barabish. Then you have in the summer you can go in for another Nuno Mendes, or potentially Diego Leon is coming in, the beast, the freak.
He's already here. He already had his medical yesterday. He's successful.
Yeah.
It was amazing. He's going to be heading back. He's probably on his way back to Paraguay as we speak, to complete the season with his team. And then he's going to be back for the season when he turns 18 in May. It's one of those things. I feel like he's probably might be one of those players. He might spend 6 months in the academy while he acclimatizes to the conditions of the Premier League and the rules and regulations and what he can do and what is expected of him. And then he might be thrown into the squad. But before that, we definitely need to have something come in, and I wouldn't mind if they were to look at the Girona left wing back option that wants to leave Girona. He's rated for somewhere in the region of 30 million euros. Gutierrez. It's a steal of a deal. We could even bring back Alvaro. You know what I mean? Either way. But if someone or most would like to have someone who's more experienced, since we already brought in a youngster who's turning 18, maybe we bring in experience, which would be Gutierrez prime.
But if you want to hit the ground running straight away, Alvaro Fernandez would be ideal because he already knows the club, the environment. You don't need to sort of break him in. He already knows most of his teammates, and that's the thing. He's smart enough to play in the 3 in the back system as well. So yeah, that would be the ideal signing if you want to sort of have results straight away.
Well, it might be interesting because as you say in that I did tell was talking about the fact that we did have some scouts watching Alvaro at this recent cup final that he was playing this weekend. Let's see how it goes, because for me, like I've always been saying, he should have never left. As we know, some situations were beyond Ten Hag before. Even when he came in, there were decisions made before. So it's one of those things where unlucky, I would say, more or less.
But do
disappointing
you
as
think? Do
well.
you think then? Because now we know the Conte's on the hunt. He demands that he wants to win the league again, and he made a demand like, "Give me some replacement for Kvaratskhelia." Do you think if they come in with they got money to burn, like they got 80 million euros, if they come in with a 70 million bid for Garnacho, do you think that Ratcliffe and the entourage will just go, okay, take the money? Do you think
Well,
they
I
would do that?
mean, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to spend their entire Kvaratskhelia budget on 70 million pounds on Garnacho, but if they come in with the money, I can't see Ratcliffe refusing. On the other hand, I would say if they're going to come in with 70 for Garnacho, why don't they just come with 40 and take Rashford?
Yeah, but if they do that in that case, we need a replacement ASAP, something that's better. Yeah, that's the thing. Garnacho is a future. Amad Diallo is a future. Who else is a future? Kobe Main is a future. These are the ones for the future. And I said they're still developing and learning. And I say that, like, he's been improved. He's been, like, more his decision making last time when he actually assisted Bruno Fernandes. There was, like, everyone was thinking, oh, he's going to cut inside and shoot. He actually passed the squared. So I'd say, like, keep Garnacho this season, 100%. Let him develop, let him cook, let him suffer. And I think he's been suffering on the suffering system, so not be kept out of from the starting 11 and coming in hungry.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I feel like it's going to be interesting to see what we do, see what actually happens there. I feel like it's one of those things where we have to be a little bit patient with some of these players because we're definitely not going to lose against Southampton. That's just my honest opinion. We could get bigger. I mean, it's one of those things. I feel like, no, we are not, bro. This money actually went directly to the Glazers, bro. Actually, 80,000 went to the club when we break it down. But it's one of those things. I feel like Ten Hag rejected a bid for Amad this summer, being shows that he wanted him here. He was always giving him a chance. I would say that as well. I think maybe Dallo should be, get a little rest in this game.
Yeah,
It's one of those games where I
he's
feel like
red carded.
yeah.
He's not allowed to play tomorrow. So you know what I would do in that position? I would play simple. I would switch Amad Diallo to the right wing back, and I would put Mazarawi instead of Dalot there.
I different. I probably would start somebody else entirely, keep the team as is because I feel like
Malacia.
Yeah, probably put Malacia there because I feel like we need to balance the team. We need to let players get the form in the positions that they play in and not just keep rotating them because when Ahmad plays at the right wing back, he does, be more defensively inclined most of the game. And, it's be like the team doesn't create as well. When he up front in the 10 and it have someone who could support him in the right wing back, we see the best of him. So I feel like, he should play in his position, play in that position, and let's rotate players around.
I think he will start Malacia in the position. He subbed him in against Arsenal, in the FA Cup. So I think he will play, especially now when Dallo is out he's been red carded, suspended for 1 game. So I think it's natural it's going to be Malacia because he's the only natural left back that we have, right? So that's what I think you're going to do.
Yeah, I would do some of these deals, bro. Like, to be honest, it had one buyback clause I would love to reenact quicker than anything else. I just think with the current
This year's
team,
number
we have
10.
Toby Collier coming into the squad, having a good performance in the game against Arsenal. I would like to see him get some minutes, if Ugarte is rested or is not playing due to the investigation or whatever. I bring him in and put him on that left back role because the left wing back is sort of like a midfielder at any day, and he does have the pace to go up and down. So I just slot him in there instead of Diego Dallo, and let's see how it goes.
There's a lot of under 21s that's going out for loan. I would say keep Collier, don't send him out of loan. There was planned, assess him now in this January window. We need a backup. For sure. What happens if Ugarte is suspended, Ugarte is injured, we're getting rid of Casemiro? You need a Collier.
Exactly. Not only that too, but like with the left wing back, needing a left wing back is unfair to Dalot because a lot of fans write off the low. He's not good enough. This, that, and the third. And to be honest, it's one of those things where I feel like, you know, we could do better than that as United fans
Yeah.
because the low is playing out of position. We all know
Out of
he's not a left
position.
back.
Yeah.
And to criticize him because he's doing his best and having a hard time in a position that's unfamiliar is a little bit weird for
And it
me.
was interesting because we had Keith Hackett on the show on Monday, and we were looking at that incident. He said there was never, he shouldn't even pull up a yellow there because, you know, the both players went for the ball. It wasn't a reckless tackle whatsoever. He actually went for the ball and he pulled away his feet. Now, the referee was out of position. He was far away from the incident, so it looked more dangerous than it actually was, you know. So, I don't know, man. And the point is, what could have United sort of kind of appealed it? There's no point, you know, because they're all keeping together. Like, you know, they don't want to sort of be egg-faced in the media.
In any eventuality, I think is a good thing. I think Diego Dalot needed a rest. You know,
Yeah.
not whether it is by force or not, he needed a rest. So having a game or two just to relax and watch from the sidelines, watching the
Yeah.
stands, might do him a
Well,
bit of good. You know what I mean?
yeah. Fred the Red saying there is no investigation. FA ruled out Ugarte charges as it was Garnacho that pushed Havertz over the Havertz pulled Ugarte. But also there was. Did you see Havertz took actually a choking grip
Yeah,
as
well,
well?
that's the way of saying bygones be bygones. It's already handled, done with it. Like the same what the guy was saying in the chat, on stream the night. You know, he did say that if they don't do anything, they would probably just leave it as the referee ruling and
Yeah.
move on. If they could find a
Yeah.
way, it would be best for all
Or
parties
or
just to move on.
points deduction or penalty from the club to pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is and for me, I'd be happy with this ruling because you know what. These things happen in football games. Passion is there. Of course, we don't
Passion is
want to
there.
see these things
Adrenaline is
happening
there.
all the time. It's not something we want to encourage, but it will happen. Emotions do boil over in games, and
Yeah.
it was an intense matchup, and that is the reality of life. People
A
have
big
feelings.
Mark, a big takeaway point from Keith Hackett was that, you know, these referees never played the game. They don't understand. If you play the game, you will understand what's going on the field, right? You know, you would understand that players are running under emotions. He explained, my job as a referee is it's like a kettle, it's like a boiling point. You don't want you don't want it to overboil. You want it to, you know, simmer a bit and then bring it down a notch by speaking to the players. Do better, he said. Do better. Now the refs today, they're just gone, I'm gonna book you for the next incident straight away.
Yeah,
Right? This
and this is where I feel like football becoming robotic. You know what I mean? The game is
mm,
about passion. You see the best in footballers when they're allowed to have a certain amount of passion. Now, controlling that passion is what top referees like Kalina and these guys used to do week in, week out. You know, they allow the players to be a certain level of physical, have a certain level of intention in the game. But anything cross those lines, hey, yellow card,
yeah, but yeah,
instant.
they just blow the whistle for any form of contact, and football is a contact sport. I mean, the way I played the game was if you touched the ball before the player, you know, it was clean.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
clean
clear.
tackle.
It's clean.
Even nowadays, they're giving free kick away or yellow card because hey, it looked a little bit bad. Like, you know, he touched the ball first, but then he fell in a bad way, or his studs came up, or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think it's too much.
Too much.
Football is a contact sport. And let's be honest, guys, ain't no one have air brakes. When you're making certain tackles and these things happening on the run, there will always be follow through. You can't just stop.
Yeah,
There's no one who could just stop running immediately. So we have to always take into account that these things could happen. It
yeah,
will happen.
and plus to add on, I think that players nowadays is taking drama classes, how to over dramatize things and throw themselves and look bad, rolling
I
around, like,
mean,
you know.
look. It's case in point. Gabriel Jesus. He held his knee in the instant with Lisandro Martinez, but Lisandro Martinez touched his shoulder, but got a yellow. How?
Phantom
Explain
pain,
it to me,
phantom
Phantom.
pain,
I
phantom
mean,
pain.
it is what it is, Mick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The referees always do these kind of weird things. I mean, I saw a guy airborne colliding into Bruno. He left the pitch, colliding into Bruno before the ball even got to Bruno. but all of a sudden, you know, he was on the ground injured again. No yellow card. You know, he got away from the yellow card because he was injured and had to be stretched off. Of course, you know, he's out. And while I do sympathize with the fact that I don't, you know, celebrate any player being injured, whether it is from a rival team or a team I dislike,
Have you
at the
ever
end of the day,
seen
his behavior was appalling.
Have you ever seen fainting goats?
Nah.
Phenomena. There's a certain kind of goat that faints. As soon as you scare them, they go boo. They throw themselves and like this. It's real.
I have not seen it. I've not seen it. Fainting
Oh, it's
goats.
fun.
I'll check it out on YouTube.
Check it out. You will laugh your ass off. Basically, they will faint. Like they would just throw themselves like this, and lay on the ground like this. A couple of seconds.
Ricardo, you ain't lying. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But it's good that they have no investigation. And thanks to Fred the Red for those news. Big up to you, my bro. Guys, if you have the time, don't forget to check out Fred the Red. You know, he has some real interesting little clips, just some shorts. So check him out when you have the time. It's really funny.
Yeah.
He's used one of those AI avatars, so it sounds really cool.
Like Fred saying, it's like when my stepson stubbed his toe but holds his elbow. Exactly. Where's the pain? Ow.
Yeah, stub your toe. How you holding the elbow? It doesn't translate, doesn't correlate. Guys, it was an interesting press conference.
It was.
Of course, it was my pleasure to have Mick Ruby here. It's always a pleasure to have the Eminem stream. So, you know, I miss doing it in the press conferences. Hopefully, this will be the new, you know, theme for the press conferences going forward. Big up to each and every one of you, and big up to Mick. Guys, don't forget to smash the like on MUFC Realist TV. Yep. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, if you're new.
And one more thing, leave your comments in the non-live comment section, because we like to read. Well, what do you think? What's your opinion? It's always interesting to read, you know, other fans' opinions, what you say, you know?
100. And Paul S, yes, he definitely hurt his knee by diving. And guys, if you're here on Mark and MUFC fan channel, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. Of course, if you've never been to my channel, you can come over and check it out if you have the time. But guys, do have a great day. We'll be back later on. Of course, I don't know if Mick has anything on later on tonight.
Yes, I have. I think I have, with Mace from Flying Pig United. Yeah?
Right, big up.
It will be another Eminem show, Mick and Mace.
It can't be an Eminem show then, bro. That's a little bit stretch. What is he saying, guys? What is he saying? Is he trying to replace me on the Eminem show?
No. If you look at it in a bag of M&Ms, you have
it's the M and CY show. You gotta do it differently. Can't be the
pink one.
Show.
This
is the Eminem show.
You know Macy from
of course.
Red Devils United. You know Mace from Pig, and so we potentially gonna do a preview today. A little bit different. See what's on her radar. I let her pick the team, and then we'll discuss it, Mark.
All right, guys.
But if you join it, there will be a Triple M show, right?
I mean, we'll never know. We'll see how it is. Big up to the Realist. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to Ricardo Pereira, Paul S. Big up to Aaron in the building. Big up to Jack Reacher as well. Fred, the Reds, guys. MUFC News. Don't forget. Compost Smurf as well. Big up to the Madhouse. Suntos Flow as well in the building. Big up to you guys and Gamer TV. Thank you so much for the information that you provided, my guy. Big up to you and have a great one. We will see you guys later on. Of course, you know, check Mick out for the match preview. I'll probably do a match preview later on tonight after Mix. So if you want, you can check us both out. We'll be there. You'll be there. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. Keep the count going and the community growing, guys. As you know, big up to each and every one of you. Later on.
Later.